Well, you've got this big conference going on with Barney Frank on the House side and Chris Dodd on the Senate side, trying to put this massive financial regulatory reform bill together. I'm sure that something is going to come together. We've got some key issues in the bill. One is on derivatives, where they're trying to clamp down on your ability to sort of hedge the loan and other things that have been going on. We don't want to clamp down to the point where you can't make a legitimate hedge against some transaction that you've been involved in. That's one thing. Another thing is the whole risk retention. Cost of money is going to go up. It is going to cost more to finance things because lending standards are going to get much tougher, much tighter. We don't want them to overdo it. When it comes to multifamily, you really don't need the level of risk retention because it's clear from all of the data that we've seen that there has not been a huge problem in the whole multifamily lending sector. There are some problems, but not anywhere near what's happened in single-family housing. And so don't overdo it. Don't clamp down too hard in the name of trying to protect everybody and make it next to impossible to get financing. And third, we've been involved recently in this whole credit card thing. The swipe fees. Senator Durbin from Illinois put in an amendment in the Senate bill, which would make it much easier for multifamily owners to allow their residents to pay by credit card. Right now, there are an awful lot of hoops you have to jump through to do that. So we've been working on that too. As I say, I think something is going to come together. They are not going to meet the July 4th deadline. We're just too close to that, but I think probably by August there will be a major financial regulatory reform bill signed into law. During the debate on the financial regulatory reform bill, Republicans primarily in both the House and the Senate have tried to get some action put into play in the bill with respect to the government-sponsored enterprises, namely Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. A lot of that was just rhetoric. The administration is not ready to go yet on trying to figure out what to do with Fannie and Freddie. We've been asked to respond to a number of questions that Treasury put out in anticipation of them then trying to form some kind of program going forward for Fannie and Freddie. What we do know is how important they are to financing in our industry, that 90% of the financing in the last year and a half has come from Fannie and Freddie, because all of the other institutions, whether they be insurance companies, big banks, or whatever, pension funds, have basically left the market. So as bad as things are and as tight as things are out there for refinancing properties who just unfortunately have their loan coming due, there wouldn't be anything without Fannie and Freddie. So we just urge that going forward that the government's got to have a program in place for Fannie and Freddie, especially for multifamily. We're caught up in the whole single-family debacle, and we just want to make sure that when they do come forward with some new program at some point in time, and it's probably going to be a lot further in the future than people anticipate just because of all the existing mortgage problems in single-family, that multifamily is in the mix and that there is an adequate program with an explicit government guarantee for X percentage of multifamily housing.